Hey, this is Chris with the Headlight Revolution. Thanks for tuning in to our video on LED logo projectors. In this video, I plan on showing you proof and real evidence that there is a difference between GTR Lighting's LED logo projectors and the cheap ones you can get on eBay. In this video, we're going to talk about a pretty new product to the automotive aftermarket called an LED logo projector. It takes a logo and an LED and a projector and it shines it wherever you want on any surface. So it's designed to be put into the door panel of your car and wired to the door pin trigger or the dome light so that when you open the door, it shines a logo onto the ground. But people have been using them for all kinds of different purposes, putting them in the front or rear bumpers to shine on the ground when you're driving at night, putting them in the engine bay to shine underneath the hood, putting them in the trunk to shine on a custom audio system, putting them under the dash to shine on the floorboards. I mean, really, the sky's the limit with how creative you can be with these. And what I want to show you is, truthfully, there are different levels of quality in the ones that you buy. So for this video, we went out and purchased 4 LED logo projectors from different sellers on eBay. And the truth is, each one of them came directly from China. We didn't mean to do that. We were just looking for different ones from different manufacturers. First, I want to show you the logo projector that we sell. It's from GTR Lighting. In my opinion, the highest quality version of this product that you can get your hands on. And then we're going to go down the list and show you these different ones, how they're different. We're going to shine them on a white surface so that you can kind of see the differences. And essentially, I hope that the evidence is going to be obvious that there is a difference in these products. So the first thing we're going to show you is the creme de la creme of this particular product line. If you're the type of person who only wants to spend your money on the best that you can get, well, this is it, and that's why we sell it. This is the GTR Lighting LED logo projector kit. Now, this product is also sometimes called a ghost shadow light, a puddle light, or a gobo, which stands for go between optic. So some people call it different things, but essentially they're all the same product, but they aren't all built the same. So here's the GTR Lighting package, and this is the first thing that sets this kit apart from others. You can see that it is a high quality product because the packaging that it comes in is extremely nice. You can see 2 pictures of the logo projectors up here, a vehicle with a demonstration of kind of what the idea of this product is supposed to be. On the side, you've got the logo style. It says number 36 VW for Volkswagen. On this side, it says GTR Lighting LED logo projectors, kit contents, 2 LED projectors and 1 hole saw. And on the back is some pretty nice information. Up top, it's got the same information, 2 LED projectors, 1 hole saw, many logos available. New logos come out all the time. Scan this QR code with your smartphone to see what's available now. Down here, it talks about the dimensions of the projector. It says 28 millimeters by 60 millimeters by 22 millimeters. And this is a kind of a cool picture down here. It depicts this product being submersed in water. So GTR Lighting claims that their projectors are waterproof. Now, when we get to the other cheaper logo projectors, you're going to see that other manufacturers can't exactly make that same claim. So the first thing that we see when we open this up is an install card. Up top it says installation, step 1 removal, step 2 drill holes, step 3 wiring. So that gives you watching this video at home a pretty good idea of how this product is supposed to work. It's a universal product, so it will install in any flat surface, whether you can hide it or not. You can really get creative with this product. And all you got to do is wire it up to 12 volts, whether that's a factory door light in your car, whether that's a dome light circuit, whether that's a door pin trigger, your parking lights, an external switch. I mean, you can just get really creative. The instructions are written out in proper English, and it's very easy to follow, and it gives you a pretty clear idea of how to do the job. Inside the package, you can see that the 2 logo projectors are packed very snug in foam surround, and right in the middle comes with a hole saw. Now this is nice because it gives you a clear indication of how big to drill the hole. You don't have to get your own tool. It comes with a tool. It's a very nice metal tool, and we've used these in installations and they work pretty good. Then you get to the actual product. The logo projectors themselves come in a kit with 2 projectors, and this is what they look like. You can see the body of the projector with the wires coming in, and on this side is the lens. The collar here unscrews, and then when you drill your hole, you route all your wiring up through the hole and pull this until it's at the base of the hole you drilled, and then put the collar on and snug it up, and that's how you basically do the install. Now it's in place, it's shining at the ground, and then all you have to do is figure out where to put your 2 wires. So that's the basic operation of how a LED logo projector works. Now I want to show you what makes the GTR lighting version of the product superior to every other LED logo projector we've ever tested. First things first, the outside construction is waterproof. There is an O-ring seal here where this part and this part meet. The bottom section where the projector is completely sealed, so it can be submerged underwater. But the most important thing is the top where the wire goes in is also sealed. I believe that when this product first came out about a year ago, this was a problem spot. They identified the issue and they fixed it. So this no longer leaks water into the housing. Secondly, the internal construction is even more important than the external construction. Remember, this part that unscrews has an O-ring. Without that, you'd get all kinds of water inside. Secondly, this uses a name brand Cree LED chip. You can see the 2 positive and negative solder joints for the wiring from the end of the harness all the way inside of the projector. And so you can diagnose if you have a problem, you can see the solder joints there. The biggest thing is that it's a Cree LED chip. Cree is world renowned for being one of the best LED chip manufacturers available. Secondly, if you look inside here, you can see it's very clear. There's no dirt. And if you tip it upside down, nothing's coming loose. You can't make it fall apart. You're going to see in a minute that that's not the case with all the other ones. So overall, it's a little bit bigger than some of them out there, but that's for a reason. Just because another one is smaller does not make it better. So now I'm going to show you our 4 generic logo projectors that we got on eBay for dirt cheap. But stay tuned, because once I'm done showing you these 4, we're going to actually compare the light output of these ones versus GTR lighting so that you can really make your own decision. So this one came from Hong Kong. It's a little itty bitty tiny logo projector. I think it's kind of cool that it's small, but because it's so small, you lose a lot of the optic clarity and it doesn't seem to be as powerful. But that's not even the worst part. On the top here, actually all of them are kind of like this. If you can see where the wire goes in, there's absolutely no sealing of the wire into the housing. So when you wiggle it around, you can actually see gaps. So I don't like that, because if you mount this in a place that might get a little wet, you're asking for trouble. Secondly, where this comes apart, there is no O-ring. Now metal on metal doesn't really seal very well, at least not in this application. So you're also going to be getting water in there. Third, this uses a name brand LED chip, but that name brand is Oslon, a very low quality Chinese LED chip manufacturer. So it's smaller than the Cree. It's not as powerful as the Cree, and it's probably not as reliable as the Cree LED found in the GTR lighting product. When you look at the actual body of the projector, you can see inside that it looks okay and nothing's falling out, but when I tap on it, I can hear the guts of this product rattling. So that's not going to be good for long-term use. Something could come loose, or if you're driving down the road, you could get some distortion. So if this thing is bouncing around and the different lenses inside get dislodged, you're gonna have a pretty funky looking projector shining down on the ground. Now these don't really have any packaging. When you get them, they just come in white styrofoam bags. They come with a hole saw, so that's nice. It kind of looks like about the same quality as the ones that come with the GTR lighting product. And here's your instructions. It says 1, welcome lamp components, red and black. 2, at the door. 3, welcome lamp from door bottom mount. 4, cover, cap, nut, and Loctite on the top wire wiring. So, I mean, there's a little bit of information on here, but this really isn't good, especially if you're not really sure what you're doing to begin with. You might need a little bit more guidance, and that's where the GTR lighting product comes in. This is a 3-watt LED product, just like the GTR lighting is also a 3-watt LED product. But just because it says 3 watts doesn't mean it's as bright as another 3-watt product. So here's our second one. It came in a different bit of packaging from Taiwan. Now this one looks extremely similar in terms of its shape, and it's got the red O-ring like our other one. But something else that's kind of interesting is that this actually has something built in on the wiring. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's either some type of a ferrite coil to avoid distortion from using cheap LEDs, or it is an LED driver. But I really doubt that. I think it's just going to be like a ferrite coil, because they know that cheap LEDs produce a lot of RF noise interference. And so they try to mitigate that by adding extra parts to the wiring. So when we take it apart, again, you can see that there's no O-ring on the top portion. And this one doesn't have any name brand. Who knows who built this thing? And it's got all of this gray silicone grease nonchalantly dipped inside the housing. So again, not as much care as some of the products that you can find. This worries me. It almost looks like there's some silicone behind the LED chip. So I'm wondering how much contact that thing's actually making. Oh, now this one just fell out. I didn't even get done flipping it upside down. So what does that tell you about how secure this thing is in the housing? This thing's going to be bouncing around, getting water in it. Oops. That might be funny for the video. So I accidentally just dropped this thing on the floor and it just kind of fell apart. I really didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry, but it's cool for you because now you can actually see how it works inside. So here's the slide, and this has a little Buick logo on it, and that fits in right next to the lens up front. And then inside this thing sits all these different little lenses. So we're just going to slide that over here and move on to the next one. Okay, this one comes with an actual package. At least they're trying to offer something presentable. So on here we've got something that's in Chinese. I can't read that. Looks like the number 4 with another Chinese character. It says new mini ghost shadow light. And on the back it says product features. Most popular in Japan, leading the trends of car lighting sources. No pollution, no noise, no electric interference, high efficient and energy saving, and so on. Continuous working time should not exceed 36 hours. So you can see the package is kind of beat up. I mean, not that the package really means a whole lot, but it sure does make a nice impression on anybody. Okay, this one's kind of my favorite because it's so ridiculous. Check this out. In terms of water resistant, here's the electrical interference filter. How long is that going to last in your car? Do you get moisture in your car? Do you get dirt in your car? In your door panels? If it rains or if you drive down a dirt road? This thing's going to last a month and it's going to be toast. But you can see where the wires go into the top of the housing is wide open. So there's absolutely no prevention of water getting in. And when you unscrew it, you don't have anything here either. And this thing's just kind of flopping around. I'm not even sure how safe that is because we got metal on metal where it connects. So here they say that they're using a Cree LED chip. Now I have heard of people using fake Cree LEDs because it's a name brand, and in China they'll just kind of print anything. So at least these guys are trying to make their LED chip look cool, but that does not make up for how terrible the rest of this product is. So putting that aside, you can see here's the base, and it does come with your collar to mount it. It's in a separate bag, and they're extremely small. It looks like they'd be kind of tough to work with. When you take it out, again, it shows just how easy these things come apart. They make you think that they're using a really high quality LED chip, but then they build the rest of it as cheap as possible. I just can't trust something that's this intricate that falls apart in your hands. Now, the last one we got is in a little bit nicer box, yet still not quite as classy as the one from Gtr Lighting. Some Chinese symbols on the side, LED auto door lights, and it's got a cool picture of some kind of vehicle with some BMW logo projectors on it. You open it up. Here's our welcome lamp components at the door. Instruction manual again. And again, here is another cheap door projector. Again, this one totally unsealed at the top. No O-ring at this section, and more gray grease. I can only imagine that this one is absolutely identical to the other one, which also goes to show that a lot of these companies are just selling the exact same products, or at the very least made from the same manufacturer, and then just telling you that it's something that it isn't. So now the exciting part. Okay, so here is what an LED logo projector is. You can see you pick your logo. There's tons of logos available. And you install it in your door and you get the logo projected on a surface. So this is one of the cheap generic ones that we got on eBay. This is the Audi logo. And here is the Gtr Lighting logo. Unbelievably different. Look at the stark difference in the quality of the light output. The Gtr Lighting one has more of a 3D look to the rings on the Audi. The letters are crisper and the whole thing is actually bigger. See, if we hold them at the same spot, you can see that the cheaper logo projector is significantly smaller than the Gtr Lighting logo projector. So here's our generic eBay logo projector. Look at the white ring around everything. You can see on the right side there's a big piece, there's several big pieces of like dirt or something which are causing black streaks, and if you look closely you can actually see that kind of stuff everywhere. No way. I think it just failed because they're both on the same circuit. Wow, okay, you know, I can't even demo this stuff and it breaks. This is absolutely ridiculous. So the generic eBay one, which is extremely hot by the way, I can hardly even hold on to it. You can see they're tied together on the same circuit, and it quit. I tried wiggling the wires and we got nothing. So this one died within a minute of being turned on. The Gtr Lighting one, kicking strong, looks absolutely beautiful. So here we have a couple Buick logo projectors. Can you tell me which one's the Gtr Lighting product? If you guessed the one on the left, you were right. Here's our generic, supposedly 3-watt logo projector from eBay that we paid about $25 for. And you can see that, yeah, it's a nice looking picture for like 1987. You can see up close it gets pretty blurry and the colors are not very vibrant. When you get far away, you lose a lot of the coloring also. From the same distance away, you got the Gtr Lighting one on, and it is much more impressive. So here's the Gtr Lighting product. It's brighter, the colors are more vibrant, looks like an actual photograph quality picture instead of crayon drawing, and you're not seeing all the imperfections in the light output. So here's Gtr Lighting. And here's our generic eBay one. Look on the bottom left corner of the white circle. You can see like somebody's hair or something. And that stuff is all over the place. Like right here, there's a little speck in the design. And again, this one is getting extremely hot. I'm kind of having trouble holding it. I'm trying to find different ways to hold on to it because it's almost burning me. Whereas the Gtr Lighting one with a larger construction doesn't have the overheating issues as the cheaper ones. So this is the one that supposedly is using this great big Cree LED chip, but it's also got this non-waterproof electromagnetic interference filter built into the wiring. So let's see how the generic or knockoff Cree logo projector fares against our Gtr Lighting demo. So why don't you tell me which one's better? How many times do I have to hold up an A and B comparison until people start to realize that you cannot get a good product by buying the cheapest thing on eBay? This one is our fake Cree eBay projector. You can see it, there's a bunch of dirt and stuff inside the white. And look at the top left, it's almost fuzzy, like it's out of focus. I just think that has to do with the cheap optics, maybe dirty, maybe a fingerprint in there. Now here's the Gtr Lighting product. Even from way back here, it's crisp and clear. You get up close, there's a lot of coloring. It looks really, really nice, everything's sharp. It actually has a 3D kind of a look to it. You kind of see the shadowing behind the V's. Because it's such a bright light, and the logo is projected so well, it's almost photo quality. Compared to this one, looks fuzzy like a crayon drawing. This is by far my favorite logo projector to show people as a comparison because it sells the Gtr Lighting product by itself. This is basically your industry standard, crappy quality Corvette logo projector. Comes straight from Hong Kong, costs $27 shipped, and for that kind of money compared to what else is available, this is what you get. There's dirt everywhere. It looks like maybe the film is broken on the edges. It looks like there's pieces missing. The Corvette logo is fuzzy. It's kind of distorted, like curved. Then when you show them the Gtr Lighting product, not a person in the right mind says, oh, okay, I'll take the cheaper one. Because it's garbage. There's a reason one costs more than the other. Seriously, be completely honest with yourself. Which one of these would you put on your Corvette? I also want to show you some of the other logo projectors. Like here is Cadillac V for CTS-V. There's like 60 different logos and there's always new ones coming. And then here's the Pontiac Firebird. This one's great because it looks photorealistic. The fire's beautiful. But here's an example of if you install it crooked, the logo is going to shift and bend, so you really want to make sure that you try to get it on a flat surface. Here's the Batman logo projector. This one's one of my favorites. It looks like something right out of the Dark Knight movie. It's got some beautiful background and it's unlike anybody else's Batman projector. Here's the Gtr Lighting Orange Monster Energy. There's also a green one available. Again, they look crisp and sharp and super bright. Last, I want to show you the Hello Kitty for the ladies out there. This one's great if you got a minivan, you haul kids around, they'll love it, or if you just have a pink or Hello Kitty themed vehicle. If you like what you see and you want to get yourself an LED logo projector, visit us online at www.headlightrevolution.com. We'd love to help you find the right logo for your vehicle, and we do custom logos. If you want to see what we review, demo, or install in our next video, please subscribe to our channel. That way you won't miss what we do next. We'd love to have you on board for the next one. Thanks for watching.